Thank you for tuning into the Force Production Powerlifting channel. My name is Lawrence Malchev. And today I want to talk to you about the glycemic index. Two days before the meet, I get to have a carb load. This is a great big, gigantic sweet potato. Check that bad boy out. Man, that's a big old sweetie. I got three different types of fish: perch, salmon, and rainbow trout. And underneath it, we got the spinach. The glycemic index is a rating system that measures how much a carbohydrate-containing food raises your blood sugar levels. The lower a food is on the glycemic index, the lower the effect on your blood sugar. Low glycemic foods also can reduce your risk for depression. Okay, well, that's a lot of psychological stuff. Let's go back to the science. The lower a food is on the glycemic index, the lower the effect on your blood sugar. Well, what does that mean? First off, the glycemic index scale rates from 0 to 100. 0 meaning the lowest, which is the best, and 100 meaning that is the most, that's the highest amount of sugar in a food, which has the most potentially negative effect on your health. Okay, so it says the lower food is on the glycemic index scale, the lower the effect on your blood sugar. Well, what kind of effect are we talking about? Well, what they're talking about is, let's take a middle of the road carbohydrate like this sweet potato. Okay, it's around 56 on the glycemic index. Middle of the road. When I eat this, my pancreas produces insulin. Now, if I eat some of this bread, which is higher on the glycemic index scale, I will produce more insulin. It's kind of like if I eat a carrot, I produce this much insulin. If I eat this sweet potato, I produce this much insulin. If I eat a bunch of this bread, I will produce this much insulin. Okay? Now, if I'm insulin resistant, meaning that here's insulin, here's sugar, insulin and sugar, if I am the cell, if this is the entrance to the cell, they have to be together to come into the cell and be turned into energy. Now, if I'm insulin resistant, this dynamic duo will come and it won't be able to enter into the cell. It'll just stay in the bloodstream. All right? That's where you start to have problems. That's where you have high blood sugar. Because if you're constantly eating sugar and you're constantly producing insulin and you're insulin resistant, meaning the sugar and the insulin, which have to be together, can't come into the cell, you're going to keep having blood sugar problems. Now, let's say you eat some of this. Let's say you eat some of this. Let's say you drink pop. Let's say you have a slice of pizza. Let's say you eat a bowl of cereal. Let's say you eat a bunch of other sugary foods and you're insulin resistant. Well, your cell's going to resist. It's not going to let in as much of that sugar, okay, and insulin as it should. And that's a problem. Diabetics, that's a big problem. That's why the snake diet is absolutely critical for someone who has type 2 diabetes, because they have to give their pancreas a break. They have to let the cells of their body become acceptable, to help the cells of their bodies not resist but accept insulin and sugar. That's why diabetics lose feet and arms and legs, because the sugar becomes toxic and it kills tissue. All right? Now, just as huge, if not even more important to understand, is that insulin is a hormone, okay? And when insulin is in the bloodstream, fat-burning hormones are turned off. The mechanisms that trigger fat-burning hormones are turned off, okay? Let's just look it up real fast. Let's do it on the spot, all right? Now, 6 hormones essential for fat loss are thyroid hormones, adrenaline, glucagon, adiponectin, the androgenic hormones, DHEA, and testosterone, growth and rejuvenation hormones, growth hormone, and acetylcholine. All right? So when insulin is present, those other hormones are turned off. Think about it. Let's just take a look at me. Let's talk about the last. Let's just talk about the last 20 years of my life very quickly. I did nothing but eat all day long, 4 to 5 times a day. I ate anything and everything. And I have a huge sweet tooth. I was known to be able to eat a whole cake in a day. I've eaten 32 deviled eggs in one sitting. I'm dangerous. Now, whenever you eat anything, you produce insulin. Why do you think we're doing the snake diet and doing these long fasts? So we don't produce insulin. Okay, because whether you eat a piece of salmon, a piece of bacon fat, or a piece of cake, you're going to produce some insulin. That's, again, why we need to choose low glycemic index foods, so our production of insulin is lower. Okay, it's called the glycemic index because when you eat carbohydrates, when you eat sugar, you produce glycogen. So you have a glycemic index, meaning that glycogen has to be paired with insulin. Okay, and you don't want a lot of insulin. You don't want a huge sugar spike because you get a huge insulin spike. And then when you get a huge insulin spike, then you've got to metabolize all the insulin and wait for it to all disappear. That's why when you break a fast and you eat a bunch of sugar, that's why if you're testing your ketones, that's why your ketone strip will go from this color to this color, and you got to start all over again. It's not that it's the starting all over again is that you have to metabolize, break up, utilize, get rid of all the sugar that you consumed, and then if you're testing your urine for ketones regularly throughout the day. See, what I did was once I would break a fast, and if it had carbohydrates in it, I would immediately test my ketones. And then I would track and see how long before I start seeing color. And normally it took 48 hours to 72 hours to begin to see some good color. That's because my body had to take care of all of the carbohydrates and the insulin that I had produced as a result of it. My fat-burning hormones were in low production because insulin is such a powerful, powerful hormone. All right? So, as a snake dieter, or as someone who's trying to be more conscious of their health with respect to sugar, what you really need to do is you need to check into the glycemic index, and I'm going to provide a link for you and a few other links that helped me put this video together, and you've got to do your own research as well. We need smart snake dieters out there. We need snake dieters who aren't full of crap, all right? That's what we need out there. We need intelligent people who are spreading facts, not conjecture, facts. All right? So, on that note, I will leave you to the rest of your day. And thank you for watching. all new subscribers, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you, and I'll talk with you guys later. And one other thing, like, subscribe, share this video if you think that it was helpful. It might be helpful to someone else. That's what YouTube is there for as well. It's for you to help other people if you think that I have helped you. That's called giving back, folks. So let's give back. And let's see, what is this, Thursday? So Saturday I have my first USAPL powerlifting competition, and I'm going to post on Sunday, so I hope I'll get a bunch of people checking that out, because it's been 20 weeks of seriously hard training and snake dieting, and I think the numbers I'm going to put up are going to be halfway decent. So thank you guys for tuning in again, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.